How does one become a Luciferian or even a Satanist for that matter? What do I need to do to make that happen? Luciferianism is considered a path, but it is not a system. A path is just something you follow or label yourself as being part of based on your beliefs. Luciferianism is like Satanism, but focuses more on enlightenment, ascension, and gaining knowledge and godhood, rather than the self worship and indulgence aspects of Satanism. Both paths include all of those things, but Satanists focus more on self indulgence rather than information and ascension, as most Satanists tend to be either atheistic, more like LaVey, or literal devil worshippers who believe the Bible to be true. While I have noticed that most Luciferians are more in between, they are theistic, but they do not adhere to biblical concepts. They are right there in the middle, somewhere neutral. Whether you believe that Lucifer and Satan are the same or different entities, obviously Luciferians focus more on Lucifer, while Satanists focus more on Satan. So there are some differences, but these are not systems in which there are rules to follow unless you join someone's church or group that has dictated their own set of rules they think you should follow. True Luciferianism is all about walking your own path and becoming your own God, so there are no rules or mandatory initiations to follow. You just dive right in, follow Lucifer, and study your ass off trying to ascend, and customize along the way. So there is no specific process to follow to be an official Luciferian or Satanist. Those other people are trying to sell books, church memberships, and trying to become their own Antichrist-like figures. Their goals are to make money or to become worshipped themselves, which is why they write books and create systems to go along with their groups, churches, etc., because they can't make money or get followers unless they have a product to sell, i.e., their systems and books. Simply acknowledge Lucifer as however you would like to acknowledge him. It does not require literal worship of him. You can acknowledge him as a father figure, as many people do, a God figure. Some even see him as the creator God, as if he is literally the Lord, and that people got it backwards over the years. I don't understand that concept myself, but you'd be surprised how many people adhere to that concept, while also seeing Lilith as a mother figure because of the connection between Lucifer and Lilith. See him as a mentor that you respect, that can help lead you one step closer to your ultimate ascension. Doesn't matter, either way, just dive right in and go for it. No one should have to tell you what to do, you just do it. These other branches and systems of Luciferianism and Satanism, they are not official paths or religions. These are systems that were designed by humans to tell you their theories, their beliefs, and why they think their beliefs are correct or best to follow. And those who agree with them will follow them and purchase their systems, or become members of their churches where they are forced to pay $600, $700, $800 a year to keep their place in line, only to be told things that they themselves could have done without needing such counsel and without needing to pay such ridiculous fees just to call themselves a member. These branches of Luciferianism and Satanism were not dictated by the gods themselves. They were created and are dictated by humans for whatever reason that they chose to create these specific branches for, whether it be money, fame, or just trying to convince other people that their beliefs and theories are correct above all others. And we continue to see new branches and sects come to life over the centuries as someone else steps up and tries to claim that no, they have the correct answers and here's why you should listen to them and follow them instead. All religions are just money-making schemes. A true religion is pretty much follow your own heart and your intuition, letting your mind and body decide what you think is right, because in your world, what you believe to be true will be. And that is the power of magic at its finest, and how one can truly be in control of his or her own world. By literally taking control of it and defining your own rules based on your own beliefs and sticking to them. Creating your own customized system that is yours and yours alone. Magic is a very personal experience and a very personal lifestyle, which will naturally vary for each person that follows it for many reasons. There is nothing wrong with following someone else's systems, books, videos, or new branches of an already existing path. But you don't have to, is what I am saying. Be creative and make this path yours. If you follow Lucifer and care more about knowledge and personal ascension, and material gain and indulgences come last for you, you are more likely Luciferian. If you follow Satan and care more about indulgences and self mastery to gain status and attention, as opposed to self mastery for educational and magical values, you are more likely satanic. Those things we know to be more common as for the differences between the two paths. But even then, you can still mix and match from any path or system that you desire, and then add to that or take away from it, make it yours. So nothing is set in stone. But no matter what you choose to do with your path, what values you hold, what magic you practice, what you believe to be true or false, or even if you decide to create your own path that is a mix of 5 different religions, Luciferians are geared more towards Lucifer, and Satanists are geared more towards Satan. In the end, that is the only real difference between these two paths. Since everyone creates their own custom version anyway, it's more about which entity you prefer to follow as to which label, Luciferian or Satanist, that you choose to label yourself with. So just one last thing to clear something up so no one starts griping at me. The things that I mentioned, like I said, they're not set in stone. The things that I mentioned that are more common in Luciferians or more common in Satanists, that is not always true for everyone. Those are just things that most people notice. Most people that follow Luciferians tend to be geared more toward the enlightenment and knowledge aspects, while people geared towards Satanism do tend to favor indulgence and material gain. But that is not always true. I know Luciferians that are very greed-natured and self-oriented, and I know Satanists that are more about ascension and knowledge, so it really just depends. So that was not set in stone. That was just an example to show you what is most common. But again, you can literally customize and tailor your path, regardless of which label you choose, to be anything that you want it to be in the end. So becoming a Luciferian or a Satanist, it doesn't require you to initiate yourself. It doesn't require a bunch of rules and mandatory rituals that you must follow. It doesn't require worship or mandatory prayers. You literally give yourself that label, start evoking that entity that you prefer, working with him, and get on your way to becoming a literal god. Unless you are an atheistic Luciferian or Satanist that does not believe that these entities are even real.